Imagine for a moment working 90 hours a week only to come home and absolutely dread the weekend. And you're looking at me going, why would you, if you're working 90 hours, how could you possibly dread the weekend? The reason that I dreaded the weekend was that I was in such a bad place in my relationship that my work, as miserable as my work was my escape. And then I would come home after putting those kind of hours, and then I'd be in a situation where I didn't wanna be in the house on the weekend. I didn't wanna be where I was, but I had no outlet. I had nowhere else to go, and so I was trapped in this really terrible cyclical environment where I hated my job. I hated being in the relationship I was in. I hated the weekends. And the only bright spots of the weekends was when we were doing something with the boys, because obviously every moment doing something with the boys was great. But when the boys were out of the house, when they were doing whatever it was, and when it was just me and my ex, they were the worst of times because we didn't want to be with each other, and we were stuck in this environment, and we did everything wrong to make it right. And quite honestly, a lot of that for me was, you know, was just having a drink and trying to just make it all go away. And I would absolutely dread the fall because it was all those leaves that I would have to do by myself on the weekends because there's nobody else helping me do it. And there was just everything that went with taking care the responsibility of the weekend. So, my Saturdays, just a little bit of background, my Saturday morning was cleaning the house and doing the laundry and going grocery shopping and then coming home and laying on the couch and doing literally nothing because while my former wasn't working. And let me just pause here and say this isn't a bitch session about her. This is just the reality of how things went and the comparison about my past weekends to my current weekends. I just want to kind of preface it here and stop here for a second. So I would have these really miserable weekends, right? And so she wasn't working. And so during the week, I would say, think about what you want to do this weekend. And then inevitably, every single weekend, Saturday morning would come around like, what do you want to do today? Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like you had all week to figure it out. Why are we talking about it now, Saturday morning? And by the time we figured out what we wanted to do, it was either we were both so pissed at each other that we did nothing, or it was too late to do what we really wanted to do, and then it was just like the misery of the weekend continued. And then to make matters worse, Sunday would come around, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening would come around, and I would dread because, oh my God, I got to go to my miserable job tomorrow. So this video is really focused on the fact that the average person works 90,000 hours in their life and only has a fraction of that time for downtime, for the weekends. And I know that there are people that work on the weekends, but they have off time during the week. So the message is the same, whether you have the standard Saturday, Sunday off, or you have time during the week, whatever it happens to be. The importance here, the key to this is that take time to enjoy your weekends. Make your weekends special. Make your weekends about you, whether you're by yourself, whether there's other people involved. Do what it is that makes you happy. I've been reflecting on the weekends for a while now because we're kind of getting into this state, and life has just been like this crazy thing where we don't always get the time to enjoy the weekends. But lately, we're getting more into it. And now that the summer is here, the expectation is every weekend is going to be filled with something. We are going to do something fun on the weekends so that we have that downtime. We have that together time. We have that relaxing time. It is so important for your mental state to get that break. It's also equally important that if you have a routine, as I have my morning routine is the same on Monday it is on Saturday. The only difference is that I don't go to the gym on the weekends, but that extra 90 minutes, 2 hours, that gives me my personal time. That gives me even more personal space to, do more journaling, do more reflecting, do more social media, whatever it is that weekend, that 2 hours on the weekends, that's my time. That's my time back to me. Again, we'll talk about it until I'm kind of like blue in the face about it. It's not being selfish. It's practicing self-care. Having time for yourself, especially on the weekends, is self-care. And it is critical for your mental well-being that you practice self-care. You wanna think about it as selfish, that's fine. That is absolutely up to you of how you want to define it, but having that time is really, really critical. I talked about why my weekends were so bad, and now I'm gonna talk about why the weekends are good. Are they where I really want them to be? Are we doing absolutely everything I want them to be? No, but we are getting there. Again, relationships are this kind of wavy thing, right? When you start in the relationship, it's like full bore, you're doing everything together. The weekends are nonstop. And then as time goes on, you unfortunately do get in a little bit of that pattern of stagnation and you aren't planning maybe as well, but you're still doing things. You're doing different things. And so now you have those peaks and valleys, and we had a little bit of a valley, and now we're coming back to the peak. And I think the summer helps that, right? The summer is you want to get out more. During the winter, some weekends, the best thing to do, and this isn't a bad thing, is just put on a movie, put on a fire, and hang out all weekend, and that's absolutely fine because that's together time, that's personal time, that's that mental time that you need. So you don't have to be out and about and going, 12 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. You can enjoy your weekend however it is that you want to enjoy it. And however it brings you peace and it brings you relaxation and it de-stresses you, because that's what the weekends should be about. They should be about relaxing, recharging, de-stressing, getting yourself ready for what's going to be inevitably the week in front of you. But it's also very important to not let the week in front of you impact your weekend. Again, when I was in not only a bad relationship, but a really horrible job, I would end my day on Friday, and man, I would wake up Saturday going, I can't believe what next week's going to be like. I'm already dreading next week. And it was Saturday morning. Come on, give yourself a break. You need that downtime. So if you're in that situation where you do work Monday to Friday and then you have the weekends off, I understand that, sometimes we can't let go of what's in front of us from a work perspective, but to the best of your ability, put that to the side. It's not only important to you, but it's important to those people around you, whoever you're going to be spending your weekend with. You don't want that distraction. They don't want to see you so distracted. And I will tell you, I'll be, fully transparent. When I was in my previous relationship, I was on my phone all weekend long. Part of it was I was doing work because I was in this miserable job that I was on working, pretty much every single day, all day. Part of it was work. Part of it was the distraction of I didn't want to be with the other person. I want to be with my partner. So my phone was my distraction. I cannot emphasize enough the significance, and I'm guilty still to this day of being on my phone on the weekends when I shouldn't be. Lesson learned. I'm working on it. I'm really trying to get better. I think I am getting better. I'm not making my phone my priority, making the other people around me my priority on the weekends. It is really important. It is that putting that phone away, getting rid of social media for the weekend. You know what? There's plenty of time to be on social media and do your thing. When you have your weekend and it is your time to kind of clear your head, the world's going to keep going. You're okay. Your posts, don't worry about it. They're going to be there Sunday night. They're going to be there Monday. As you reflect, as you focus your time on your weekends, whatever it is that you do that makes you happy, make it your priority. Make sure that to the best of your ability and the ability of the people around you that you want to be with, that you take full advantage of your weekends. I get every weekend can't be fun and games and there's going to be downtimes, but to the best of your abilities, especially as the weather's getting warmer and you can be outside, that change of environment, getting out of your day to day routine, getting out of that 9 to 5, getting out of the house, going for a drive, going to get ice cream, whatever it is that you want to do, go out and have a drink, go out and have dinner, make it your time. Fill your days with fun, fill your days with relaxation. Be so tired on Saturday night that you come home and you just go to bed and you pass out because you're so tired because you had such a full day, and then kind of just do whatever you need to do on Sunday. But my message to you is this: I understand how bad a weekend can be, and I also understand how good a weekend can be. I lived them both. So what I'm saying to you today isn't just words. They are my past and they are my current and they are going to be my future. Enjoy your weekends, de-stress, relax, embrace the people that are around you, clear your mind, use the weekends for what they are truly meant to be, your time to enjoy yourself, to practice self-care because you have that window to do it. Enjoy your weekends, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later.